Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. We kind of shuffle some things around to talk to those two unknowns that won Angler of the Year. Some guy named Caps and Coleman, the American Crappie Tail three-peat, and even John Gordon understood that. So, John, I know we're talking a lot of fishing. You're hanging in there. Your boss was on at DU, so just hanging with us now. We're going to talk to a young man who joined with his brother to win last weekend's 2019 Lucas Oil National Championship for the American Crappie Trail. And I kind of get thinking of 2019, but that's the way they do things, and it was at Sardis.
Those were qualifiers from 2019. That's right.
That's right. Is that voice that rumbles in here through the night. The only Ron Wong there is.
Good morning, everybody. Gosh, it's a beautiful Saturday morning, Larry. And John, we don't have too many mornings like this in the month of June that's pleasant.
We better take advantage of it because I know John Gordon's probably going to cook out and have everybody over to his house later this afternoon.
John, what time?
Yeah, what time in Hernando? Is that?
Well, let's see. I think 6:30.
Oh, 6 or 6:30.
I'll be there.
Okay, Ron will be there because he has a GPS. I'm
buying a new house, Larry. So
you are buying where in Hernando?
I'm going to be. Well, no, I'm actually. Talking about Sardis, I'm going to be pretty close. I'm going to be living between Sardis and Basel.
Well, now we got something.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know that area well.
Yeah, we'll stake that out. And we know another guy that knows the Sardis area pretty well, too, because last weekend he and his brother were able to capture the championship for 2019 for the American Crappie Trail at Sardis Lake. And before we started the discussion, he was mentioning about what an interesting day they had last Saturday. And, of course, Ron Wong was down there documenting everybody's movement. If you had a snow cone, Ron was there with you because he was our man everywhere, and real happy to have with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray today, Darren Young. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing great. So let's talk about it. Ron, you listen in. You talk about these guys. Ended up with 33.24 pounds of crappie, won the B&M title, $41,500. Got a boat. You got. Hope they put some gas in that boat for you. I don't know if Jack Wells. We'll have to talk to him about that. Won it by 2 pounds, a couple of pounds. But the interesting thing was that Darren was telling us that he and his brother Brian had an interesting Saturday. And Ron, you were there, so talk about these guys and their fishing abilities.
Well, I have to tell you, I've known Brian and Darren both for some 3 years now. They have been fishing the American Crappie Trail Tournament, and they've always done well. They're always up there in the points, and they work hard. I mean, when it comes practice time, they practice real hard, and of course, they've done it so well that they've got some really, really good sponsors. I mean, B&M Poles, Bobby Garland, Mossy Oak Fishing, and you're very familiar with that, Larry and John.
Yeah.
And Pro Built Jigs is one of their sponsors. Mercury Outboards. I can go on and on and on and on. But I have to tell you, watching the weigh-ins each day, they just started climbing the ladder, and that last day,
Saturday,
was pretty special. And I have to tell you, folks, all of you listeners out there, go out to lroutdoors.com and meet Darren and his brother Brian, who won this tournament by pictures, because I've got enough pictures out there of them and their boats, them doing interviews and everything else. And I have to tell you, they did an awesome job. And Darren, congratulations again on your win there at Sardis Lake for the American Crappie Trail Championship.
Let's hear about Saturday.
Have you come down to earth yet?
Yeah, have you come back down to earth? And if not, we'll send Ron to Newcastle, Oklahoma, and he'll help you come back down to earth. Okay.
I appreciate y'all having me on and talking about it. But yes, Saturday morning when going in the night before, me and my brother was talking. We're like, yeah, we're like 0.18 out of the lead. You know, we got a shot to win this.
Yeah.
And Kevin Rogers was leading after day 2.
Yes.
And we come into the next day, and Brian, you know, we had a plan set forth and went out there. It was really, really weird. On Thursday, they were on trees. On Friday, they were out in the wide open. We were chasing them around with live scope, catching them.
Live scope.
And then Friday, what now?
No, I just said live scope. There's that word again. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, live scope. Yeah, they were out roaming on Friday. Well, Saturday they were roaming again. And so basically, the first hour of the tournament, a camera boat comes up to us. They stick a camera guy on the boat with us and try to get some video footage of us catching tournament fish. I think we end up catching 2 or 3 tournament fish. That they got it on camera, and it wasn't probably another hour. Another tournament, Matt, the director of ACT, Matt came over and put the camera guy on the boat with us, and we ended up catching, I think, two more tournament fish while they were videoing and sitting there.
Okay.
But yeah, we had around I don't know, we had around 11 pounds, probably around 11 o'clock Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning.
Yes. Okay.
But we were just sitting there, and this is the interesting deal of the whole day. We're sitting there fishing this one little area, and I noticed a boat coming straight toward us, and he kind of sat down right in there with us, and it was a grandpa and a grandson. The grandson had just went and bought his first boat, and he came right in there and sat right in there by us. We was talking to them, visiting with them. They were asking us how to catch fish. We were telling them back and forth. Well, we got to looking, and my brother kind of shoots a live scope back over in their direction, and there was a big tournament crappie sitting right underneath their boat.
Underneath
their boat.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we talked to him, and we were being really, really respectful of him. We were happy, hey man, get some electronics on your boat, do this, do that. That's pretty cool that you went out and got your own first boat. And they were like, hey, can we fish this over here? I'm like, sure, go ahead. Well, soon they peeled off, and we fished around there for a minute, and Brian went back over there, and we caught that fish.
You caught
that
was
fish?
A
tournament fish. Yeah, we caught that fish.
What a story.
And it boosted us up to over. I think that was a fish that boosted us up to 1150.
Oh my God!
And I was like, I got it in the boat, and I was like, whoa! I was pretty excited. They were like, whoa, y'all gonna win this thing. The locals were out there right there with us. They didn't have they're within 20 foot of our boat. I know in tournaments, anglers can't get within 50. These were local guys. But, hey, they were excited to be out there. He was excited to be out there with his brand-new boat, and we just kind of talked to him. And just kind of, that's what I was talking about. I'll tell you another story that happened earlier that morning.
Tell it on,
my
buddy.
My brother, earlier that morning, he caught a fish, and he said, get the net. I got the net, was coming down the left side of the boat. Well, this fish turns down the right side of the boat and comes out of the water and jumps in the boat with us.
Come on.
Pound 67
Come
fish.
on
Yes,
now.
sir. Pound 67. I'm like, Brian, I didn't do
That's a big fish.
Brian's like,
That's a big fish.
Yeah, he goes, I didn't do that. That fish jumped in the boat. Well, earlier that week we had another fish do that.
They were jumping.
It was a pretty interesting day. So
they're jumping in the boat at Sardis. This is hey, we're talking to Darren Young. He and his brother Brian won last weekend's 2019 American Crappie Trail Tournament down at Sardis, and the enthusiasm I can still tell. Darren, and I got to ask you now. So who's the better fisherman, you or Brian?
Brian.
Oh, that's
Brian for sure.
There you go.
Brian for sure. He's a guide. He's been fit crappie fishing guiding for about 17, 18 years. But we're really, really both competitive, and the only reason he's better than me is it's more time on the water. He spends more time on the water than I do.
Okay.
So
what is this?
For the most part, yeah, he is.
What does this mean for you guys to win this thing? And I know I was telling Caps and Coleman there, golly, all the way down to 20th place is only 6 pounds difference, and you guys win for 2 pounds. So them fish
Right.
jumping in your boat. What does this do for your career?
Man, this was a great win for us. You know, like I said on the stage back in, you know, when we very first started fishing these things, we went to Ouachita the very first tournament, and 68 teams. We placed 62nd. You know, and I told Brian, I was like, man, these guys are the real deal. You know, we took a butt whipping. We got to, you know, we got to get better in this. And we've kind of, you know, we worked at it and put some patterns together, and you know, just did some different things to try to. And the live scope is
that's it.
Great tool to get out there and learn. You know, once you figure out live school and learn how to use it, it is a great tool to put big crappie in your live well,
particularly if they're underneath somebody else's boat and you see them. Okay,
well,
I mean that's
they peeled off. You know that we were they peeled off, and we waited for them to we didn't say nothing to them, but you know we were kind of all excited when we got to fish in the boat, and another little thing about that deal, my tags kept coming off my fish in the live well. I had them all tagged. And I told my brother, I was like, listen, when we get back to the boat ramp, you're going to pick the best 8 fish out, and you're going with it. I'm tired of messing with them. I've been culling and doing things all week.
Yeah.
And so we get so listen to this. He drops me off after we got 8 fish in the boat. He drops me off. I go back to the trailer, and he's back there weighing them. So he gets in the truck. I said, "Are you ready to go?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm ready." So he looks at me, and he was like, "You know, we got some big crappie in that live well." I said, "I told you at 11:30 we had a good weight." So that's what I was saying. What was more interesting, the fish jumping in the boat, the local getting right there over on top of us. I mean, it was a really great day.
Well, Darren, I didn't even say nothing, Ron. Let's let Darren roll. He needs to have his own radio show. We'll see. We'll work something out.
Hey, Darren,
because we don't have any time. We're out of it,
You
Ron.
can't win these things by yourself.
We're out of it.
And you've got some great sponsors, and I know we've got a very mutual good friend, and Shannon and Mark with Pro Built Jigs there. But talk to us a little bit about the help you guys get from your sponsors.
We caught every one of them jigs on Pro Built Jigs, or every one of them fish on Pro Built Jigs, and every one of them fish on B&M poles. We used double L seats, Mossy Oak fishing gear,
You had all the combinations. We're out of time. You had all the combinations, folks. Go to lroutdoors.com. You could pick Darren and Brian out because they're the happiest 2 guys I've ever seen. In the pictures and everything. But congratulations, guys. Thank you, Darren, for having time to squeeze in on Outdoors with Larry Ray, buddy. Great job. And we'll stay in touch and look forward to great things for 2020 for you guys. And tell your brother hello for us, too, okay?
Okay, we will. Thank y'all. Thank
you,
sir.
Thank you. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.